Hello, Superstar. Thank you very much for tuning in. Oh my God, it's Taskmaster. It's time to review the MCU Taskmaster, finally. I'm so happy. And then later on this evening, if you tune in tonight, around about 6 o'clock, we'll have the Crimson Dynamo BAF figure on the review for as well. So guys, I have reviewed every figure now in this wave. Crimson's coming tonight, but the rest of them have been reviewed, so if you haven't checked out the reviews of these figures yet, please go ahead and check them out. I would really appreciate it. There's also a playlist on the channel where you can go check them out. As well, before we get into today's video, guys, I want to ask you just if you wouldn't mind smashing subscribe to really support this channel, really help us out as well during these weird times in the world. It would really support us. I don't do Patreon and things like that, as you guys know. I just rely on the support of you guys, checking out the videos, commenting and subscribing, and I get paid via YouTube. I don't expect you guys to pay my way. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing, it would really support me. As well as, from my analytics, I can see that 70% of my audience aren't actually subscribed. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. All you need is a Google account. So if you wouldn't mind just subscribing to the channel, it would really help me out. Right, enough with all that. Let's get on with today's video, guys. It's Taskmaster for MCU, as I said, from the new Black Widow movie. And I'm really happy to finally have this in my collection. Everyone's been saying this is the best figure of the wave, so I can't wait to see what that's about. I'm loving the artist rendering shot on the side there, and there is a nice write-up on the back here. Let's see what that says. Taskmaster is armed with the ability to mimic an enemy's every move. Ooh. Right, guys, let's break him out of the box. So, guys, obviously we know the Black Widow movie is a prequel. It's set after Civil War, before Endgame and all that, obviously. Black Widow's still alive. This movie, in my opinion, has to reveal something. It must reveal something or give us something else to warrant the movie being made. Otherwise, we would just move into the next era of the Marvel Universe. So I've got a feeling something in this film is going to set the scene for what we can expect going forward. We've already seen a few weird things like in the trailer, and they've included them in this figure. The Taskmaster actually has Black Panther's style claws. So he's got like the thing like the Black Panther had, and he actually does that in the trailer, I believe, doesn't he? How cool would it be if we actually got a Black Panther cameo? Because obviously we know that he mimics other people. So what if he's had run-ins with Black Panther and that's why he's got the claws? Maybe he's had a run-in with Hawkeye and that's why he's got the bow and arrow? That would be a cool concept. I doubt it's true, but that would be cool. Because obviously in the last few movies, the heroes have very rarely been on their own now. There's usually a cameo of another character in there somewhere. So I wonder if we're going to get a cameo of another character who can then reveal something in a later movie or something. That would be cool. There we go, packaging done. Yeek. Right guys, here he is out of the packaging. Looking pretty cool actually, I like this. Loving this headpiece, by the way. It does make it awkward to turn the head though. Does it come off? No, it's stuck to the head. Okay, so you can move the head left and right, as well as slightly up and slightly down. The arm does lift up at this top hinge here and does go all the way in, but it will scuff the hell out of that plastic. Oh, look at that. It will actually really destroy that plastic. That one goes up, but yeah, you can see where that's going to dink. Look at that. You can see where the pressure marks are going to be on this. And you can rotate the arms around as well, which is pretty cool. There is a double hinged elbow there as well, so you can get the arms moving pretty far. And there is, the hands are on ball joints. You can crunch them forwards, crunch them really far forward, and crunch them pretty far back. There's a waist swivel there. Legs do lift out all the way, as well as forwards, backwards. Top thigh cut there. Double hinged knee. No boot cut, but the feet are on rocker and pivot, and they are holes in the feet, should you wish to display him as such. Ooh. Wow, that arm's loose. Ugh. Didn't like the way that arm just clicked. Look at that. The click on that hinge there, look. Both arms do it. Nasty. That could cause issues, and like I said, the lift scraping of that shoulder pauldron is going to cause some real issues. It might make it look more weather worn, I don't know. It might make it look like it's been in more battles. Some people might like it. I personally won't. I wish that piece of plastic lifted up and went over the top of the shoulder so it didn't cause that issue. So these hands, they've got 2 fisticuff hands on right now, which I am going to change. So I won't be using those closed fisticuff hands. I will be using the grippy hands, because obviously he's got plenty of weaponry to play with, so we're going to need some grips. 1, 2. So I've got the trigger finger hands and the holding hand now on there, so that's pretty cool. He has got a trigger finger hand, so if you want to put a gun in there, you could do. Although it does come with the sword. I wish he had places to hold these things on his body, he doesn't. He has no way of actually holding any of his weapons. So I can put that... I'll put that in that hand. So it is a trigger finger hand, but we're going to have to use it for holding swords and things. Like so. The sword's got a nice orange blade to it as well, which is pretty nice. It matches the rest of him, so that's pretty cool. Same with his shield. I'm liking the shield. There we go. Attach that to his wrist. It does have the usual, it's got the traditional clip on the side, so you can clip it to it, but it also has the thing to slot it in his back. But he doesn't have a hole for it to slot into his back like Captain America. But the thing is there, is still built the same. They've still built it with the same thing, so you've got the grip there, and you've got the nub there. I think they have used the previous Taskmaster shield and then just repainted it, possibly. But I may be wrong. But either way, it looks real nice. I'll probably be using the sword and the shield, because that's how I vision Taskmaster, that's how I see him in the comics. Like this. But it does have bow and arrow as well. So we've got another arrow now. We've got a couple of these thanks to Danny Moonstone. And we've got a nice new bow and arrow. Paint apps are a little bit sloppy on this one. There are some orange on the actual bow itself and things like that. But it's still pretty cool. You won't really notice it. You can do you can pull it back as well. It does have a little bit of give there to give it a nice... So you could pull it with one hand and see if you can get the arrow in. Personally, I probably won't use the bow and arrow with him. I quite like these as well. I quite like these clawed hands, and I'm really intrigued by them after watching the Black Widow trailer. But for now, this is how I'm probably going to be displaying him, like I said, sword and shield. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go to the desk cam to give you guys an up-close personal look at Taskmaster. So let's go to the desk cam. Alright guys, here's Taskmaster out of the packaging. And as we were saying, guys, you can actually see how nice the paint app is on that sword. I haven't found any issues with the sword, actually. If the camera will focus for me, that'd be awesome. And the armour itself is pretty snazzy. And there's plenty of colour differences there, so much that you couldn't actually see the paint defects, but there are a few little spots of blue in the orange and things like that. But because of how multicoloured it is, from far away you really can't see it, so it does look pretty clean. Again, I'm loving that shield. That's my favourite. I love that nice steel-looking shield. And again, it's very nice paint. I just want to show you these shoulder things a bit more. You can see this is like a slight scratch mark there. And if I turn this around, you can see the engraved little scuff there on this one. There it is. Look. So yeah, it will cause issues if you start pulling that up and down all the time. It's going to cause some issues. But either way, I'm really intrigued by how they're going to represent Taskmaster in the MCU, whether he's going to be a villain going forward or whether they're going to kill him off in the Black Widow movie. I really am intrigued to see how far they go with this character. And whether, like I said, there's going to be any underlying storylines that will follow forward into the MCU going forward. Here's our original Taskmaster here as well that we've had. This is the comic book Taskmaster that we've had for years. So you can see where they've taken the inspirations from. I just wish he had more of a skeleton face on the new one instead of that. It's like what they did with Vulture and things like that. They've kind of made them more realistic, which I know they have to do for the MCU, but I just wish we had more of a proper Taskmaster looking face. Taskmaster's a skeleton. And of course there's Black Widow as well at the side of. So guys, are you looking forward to the movie? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to tune in later on this evening, guys, around about 6 PM. I will be loading up the video for Crimson BAF Dynamo, so make sure you come back for that. Crimson Dynamo BAF Wave figure coming up at 6 PM. Just out of interest, a little head swappy swap. If a customizer out there could paint this orange or blue, it could potentially go, in my opinion. It looks nice. Doesn't look out of place. And it's better than that mask, isn't it? What do you guys think? Would you go ahead and customize that and create your own proper Taskmaster? Let me know in the comments below. So all in all, guys, a very cool figure. A lot of people are saying this is the best of the wave. In my personal opinion, I'm not overly impressed with this figure. It's nice. It's a great representation. Maybe I'll like it more once I've seen the movie. But for me, it's too far of a stretch from the proper Taskmaster, in my opinion. I prefer the look of the original comic book version. I am more of a comic book geek though over MCU. Everyone knows that. My favourite figure in this wave is probably Crossbones. Either Crossbones or Winter Soldier. I was very, very impressed with those figures in this wave. Again, they're comic book figures. The MCU figures that I was impressed with in this wave, definitely Red Guardian. I think he looks really cool. And of course, the Yelena as well was a great figure. Looks a lot like Florence Pugh as well. But guys, let me know your thoughts on this figure in the comments down below. Are you excited for the Black Widow movie? I'd love to hear back from you, so let me know. And thank you very much for watching. Guys, as always, I'm your host, Super Sorrel, and I'll see you later on this evening at 6 PM for the Crimson Dynamo BAF figure. So I'll see you then. May the Force be with you.